Hey guys, thanks for coming back, checking back in. I hope everybody had a good Super Bowl Sunday. Mine was good, other than the Eagles winning. That's hard to accept as a Cowboys fan. Anyways, I want to get back, like, not back right into it. I said back because this is literally my 10th time to try to get this recorded. But what I do want to talk about today is healthy coping mechanisms for anxiety. And the ones that I'm going to talk about are the ones that I use and I use personally. There's a lot of ways to go about this, and I will definitely be open to maybe suggestions or comments, advice. But I'm just going to talk about things that I do and help me. But before I get into that, I want to talk about two big things that I think anybody can use and apply, whether or not you have anxiety. But certainly, if you have anxiety, this helps tremendously. And that is diet being my number one, eating well, not overeating. And I'm not saying, you're going to trade your cheeseburgers and pizza, which I enjoy too, but for carrots and lettuce. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you do have some kind of control over it, portion being a big one, but making sure you have a variety of food, and if at all possible, they can get natural, not processed, and you can still have your cheat days, like Sundays, because I'm ritualistic. I like to eat, to my heart's content, some chili mango from Trader Joe's. It reminds me of being a kid in Mexico, because it's the right kind of spice. And sometimes I eat like whole pints of ice cream just after a big old day of already gorging. But I enjoy myself, and I don't restrict myself. And when it comes to food, I usually don't have like a whole cheat day. I usually do like little piece to meals throughout the week. And so like, don't be so rigid about that kind of standard. But having some form of control and of what you're eating and what you are putting in your body is going to be instrumental to how you react to the stresses throughout the day. Your anxiety flaring up. So diet, number one thing of all things, I would say. So I can go further into that if people want. Maybe the next vlog or future one. Just let me know. Like, comment, DM me. I can send you some very helpful information as well to what to eat, carbs, protein, veggies, fruit to eat. So that being the first one, my number one, diet. Second one, exercise. You can exercise 3 days a week, and that would be sufficient. I just read actually that you could do 10 minutes of exercise a day, and that can change your mood. It's incredible how much better I feel after I've exercised. And it's not because, oh man, I look so good, look at me. Literally it gets me into the right mindset. Like, it pushes me there. And I'm not crazy about working out. I work out 3 days a week, sometimes 4. And I like to run, lift weights, and do yoga. Yoga's great because you are stretching yourself, calming yourself at the same time. It's a powerful tool to have. And I didn't start practicing yoga until like 8 months ago, but it's definitely added to my exercise routine, because I don't just go to the gym. Sometimes I play basketball, and then running or whatnot. But yoga is a huge part of that now. So I can say personally, how that's worked for me. But those are the two things: exercise, diet, and exercise. And I think anybody can abide by, and especially people with anxiety. I look at exercise as like a way of getting that extra energy, anxiety out of me, getting it out. Sometimes that's all I need to do. So I'm going to talk about the healthy coping mechanisms that I have um, developed through therapy and the internet, self-help books. The first one is a breathing technique, 478, and what that stands for is 4 seconds of breathing in through my nose, holding it in for 7 seconds, and exhaling for 8 seconds through my mouth. And that really, it calms me down throughout my entire body, all the sensations that are going on, especially my anxiety's flared up, are instantly, like level to a more manageable record, manageable level. So breathing is a huge one for me. There's so many different ways to go about that, but 478 is the one that I use, and it helps me reconnect. And real quick, I want to mention that anxiety is a natural part of who we are. It's a spidey sense that we basically developed hundreds of thousands of years ago when we were fighting for our lives, with giant prehistoric animals, woolly mammoths. They could just stomp on us. Saber-toothed tigers could eat us for lunch. Anxiety was there to initiate this like fight or flight response. And sometimes nowadays it's like freeze. That's what happens. But having the more knowledge you know about anxiety, like in all facets, I think can help you. So that was interesting for me to learn. Coping mechanisms is just that. It's not saying that you're going to get rid of anxiety because of this. This is just your way of like dealing with it, so you can live your life. That's number one. You want to live life, because if anxiety gets to the point where you're not living your life, then that's a problem. And I would know. That's why I went to therapy. So another thing is challenging negative thoughts. So with anxiety, I would get locked, kind of inside my head, and it would be with negative thoughts. And I learned to challenge it. I could challenge them and ask questions like, is this thought, going to help me live the life I want to live, or is it going to prevent me from living the life I want to live? And if that's no, then I have to look at it a little more in depth and not just accept it as my state of being, and that helped me kind of unhook from it, and that's been very, 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 very pertinent to all of this. Another one that I read from a book called Bridging the Gap is called diffusion, because I think I would fuse with these unhelpful thoughts, and so I got beyond the stage of like being able to challenge it. I was like hooked. It was true, and I couldn't get it off me. But the book taught me this. It's called the stream, the river. But basically, imagining that thought, idea, or whatever it is that's got you fused, manifesting in your hand, and you're at a river, and you put it on a leaf, and it floats down the river, and you basically, let it go. And this is a great mental trick that I learned, and it's helped me out tremendously. So diffusing from negative thoughts, big one. I want to look this real quick. And talking about it has been a game changer, because to open up, and open up allows you to connect, which is something we all need. It's connection with one another, and for people that are afraid of that, for whatever reason, I want to be a testimony to how much that can help you and just saying, talking to a trustworthy friend or family member, who's non-judgmental and cares about you. Those people are out there, whether or not we want to tell ourselves that. And opening up allowed me to reconnect with myself. Sometimes, we do that for, it's kind of like a give and take. Cause I know I do that for people, and for whatever reason, I didn't think that was applicable for myself. So opening up about that has been a key to all this and all this development I've made. And those are just a couple of things that are the healthy coping mechanisms that I use daily. I don't want to go on and on about it, but I will in the next one maybe. More about, I think, my personal revelations with all this and how talking about it has got me to where I am, and to reconnect with myself, my family. But on the next blog. So I will check out on that. I finally got this done after take number 10. Thanks iPhone 5S. Still working though, so grateful. So Friday's vlog is going to be more, a little more lighthearted, talking about maybe, I don't know, it was going to be like irreverent, but I need that in my life. That's just who I am, kind of balances me out. That'll be Friday's vlog. Thanks for checking in, and I'll see you next time. Let me know if you have any questions, advice, comments, suggestions, by commenting, messaging me. And I hope you like my channel so far, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to hear from you either way. Let's engage, talk. Hope everybody has a good night.